What it do, y'all? Thank you for your patience as always. Oops, I do this. Welcome to another exciting episode of Transit Talk. Um, I'm gonna follow Monica's idea and start this off with a good hearty laugh. Ha 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 ha. It's okay, even if it's like a bit of a fake laugh. A laugh is a laugh. So yeah, let's just laugh together. Raise this vibe. You know what it is, the do-rag is out. I have a magical do-rag. It's really magical. If you touch it, your wish comes true. You just need to rub it like a magic lantern and say your wish. You can do it on the screen too. You can rub it from the screen. Rub my magical do-rag and make a wish. Yes, we're going to do a ritual before I do the live readings to honor Uranus that is on Mercury. Okay. If you do my laugh too, while you make the wish, it'll totally work. Okay, that's a promise. Hold me to that. Whew. Other than that, right now I've just uploaded my May 9th daily peace report. For those of you who want in on this daily horoscope action, go to the link to the description below and you'll see the link to High Vibe TV and you can check out my daily horoscope. Shout out to those of you who've been tuning in. Okay. Let's see. Oh, sick. Yeah. So you don't have to, let me see. Awesome. The comments are so awesome. Shout out to those of you on High Vibe. I'm reading the comments right now. So the cool thing about High Vibe is you don't have to be a subscriber. So if you and I will be pulling cards. If you want to just watch the daily live, you can access it on its own without having to actually subscribe to the actual app. I highly recommend subscription, but I'm going to be putting out some relevant series there just in case those of you might want to just get the actual videos individually. Shout out to Pam Spellman, whose second grandson was born today. That's amazing. That's very amazing. Yes, I will be pulling cards. Relocation astrology is really dope if done right. And it's really revealing just to see what planets run along the lines geographically. So I will be doing the live readings once again. For any of you who would like a live reading, stay tuned. After I do the Patreon, the super chat priority for Patreon, I'll go right into the live readings. It's $5 for a card, $10 for a card and an oracle card, 15 for a card, oracle card, and romance oracle, and then 20 for a question based on your chart plus the other 3. And I have sales on sales, which I'll mention later on. For those of you who are interested, I'm holding a Taurus season sale for the rest of Taurus season until Gemini season. I've discounted my reports and consultations. For those of you who'd like to get an hour consultation for $150 instead of $300, it's open, so take advantage. I'm done with finals next week, so I have a lot more time to put on the schedule. But yeah, shout out to Patty Cakes XO. Some of y'all have been filling my PO box. I really appreciate that too. This is getting a lot more fun here. Okay. Other than that, yeah, I do recommend that you get a piece of paper and a pen for the ritual we're going to do at the end of this peace talk. Shout out to Andrea Lentz. I got you. As soon as I finish the super chat priority, you will be first on the list. Say no more. Other than that, I hope you're ready to process genius, as a whole lot of this quick transit will slow down your processing ability in an effort to really have you pick up on a whole lot you've been aware of from the get-go. Shout out to Sherby Diaz. I got you. Thank you. It's very important. Shout out to Moonbay, by the way. Shout out to all of y'all. This is very reminiscent. I go to UNLV, Kaylin. This is very reminiscent to the last Mercury and Taurus we had last year. If you remember, shout out to Thunderbird, who told me not to ball up. I used to ball these up. Apparently, you got to keep it straight. 0827 Heather, you can totally shoot your shot. Venus is still in Aries, so you still have like a whole week. Even after, you still want to do that. Great question. But yeah, my friends, last year Mercury was in Taurus. I was talking about the Lucy drive. I was definitely talking about really taking the whole knowledge of the universe when Uranus initially went into Taurus and putting it into a flash drive. And, this is definitely a transit where now that Uranus is in Taurus proper, you're going to very quickly really come into secrets about your physiological response, your neurolinguistic programming, the presuppositions that make up your life, the habits that you are changing. It's all really just going to hit at once. But there's a very subtle, slow-moving, natural pace to this that will add its clear finesse and magic, like Ronnie said. So definitely be mindful of how much more acutely you'll be able to process information, especially through your body language. This is not too active a transit. It's really just like high divine knowledge uploading. Before it goes into Gemini, you turn the button on and now you're starting to perceive this. Please keep in mind, this Mercury in Taurus transit is from May 6th to May 21st, and May 20th to May 21st, the sun is going to conjunct Gemini, Mercury. It's going to conjunct Mercury in Gemini, 0 degrees. So everything that's occurring right now is leading you slowly but surely to a super mega ultra revelation and epiphany. Every time the sun meets with Mercury, it's creating grand awareness of everything that you've been processing. There's awareness and then there's processing, right? The sun makes you aware of everything, and it's not an exact conjunction, but the sun and Mercury are together. So we're processing what we're aware of, although the processing speed is catching up to what you're aware of, which is slow down in Taurus anyway. What you're aware of makes you aware, but what you process helps you discern what you're aware of. And you're going to be processing genius. I wish I could put into words how epic this is, but wait, I'm a Gemini. I can put it to words. I will put it into words. This conjunction that's happening to Uranus right now has just officially started a year-long cycle. The next time we have this year, the next cycle that we have, Enoch, shoot me an email. I got you. The next cycle that we have, May 2020, Mercury is going to be conjunct Uranus on the sun. Instead of them meeting in Gemini, it's going to meet in Taurus. And this is going to double up at 7 degrees, a whole year's worth of going around the Zodiac and upgrading how we brand ourselves and how we physically manifest this inner genius. But I do want to reiterate, Uranus in the zodiac represents instant awakening, change, enlightenment, revolution. And when we think about the zodiac sign of Taurus, we're talking about the producer. We're talking about the ability for one to be able to make real their ambitions sparked in Aries, and with determined focus, which is why I love Taurus, with determined focus that is persistent, they put you in a position to provide a foundation with which you can grow more. Um, However, this isn't really simply just what it seems on the surface. You want to really be mindful of what people's body language is telling you. For example, there's this one individual who owes me a graphic artist, owes me some artwork. Okay. Um, Scorpio moon, Taurus sun. Sometimes water and earth signs can do this very petty, passive aggressive thing where it's like, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. No, I totally got you. And they have no plans to do that. That's cool. So I'm using this example because you can take this example. Anytime I use examples in my real life, it's not to like shed light on the person I'm talking to. Shout out to Feels with Mish. It's so that you can actually see how this applies in your life. Because if it's happening to me, this is also a part of a trend. I'm trying to show you how it's part of a theme. So, this is someone that I've known for a few years, but it's kind of forcing me to read between the lines here. Um, is it really his fault for stepping out of integrity, even though I paid him money to like do some artwork for me months ago and I still haven't gotten it? Or is it my fault for not reading between the lines and just assuming that a grown man is not playing these games like they're playing these games? So really keep that in mind. I'm saying this because this is not just from him. I've noticed this, and you really want to be mindful of what people's actions and body language are telling you, despite what they may say. And yeah, healing elements, I paid, you know what I mean? It is what it is, because and this is something that is not unique to me. Stuff like this happens a lot, even outside of this aspect. People's truer colors, you know what I mean? Thank you, Malika. People's real intentions with their actions are truly going to give them away. And it's a transit like this that's going to have you be able to confront such fronting, or to really be in a position to kind of change the game. Thank you, Venus. Much appreciated. The artwork that I needed is for uh it's for a podcast and live YouTube show that I'm going to do with Gemini Brown and Nikki, okay, called the Psychic Cipher. We're going to really come on live once a week, and we're going to talk hip hop. We're going to have guests. It's something I was going to do for a while, but I was waiting to get this artwork. But some people are just acting shady. And it's not really the first time that something like that's happened. So it's made me really realize, these agents are coming through and kind of expressing themselves. Thankfully, yeah, Nikki's going to hold it down. It's going to be lit. I can't wait to do this show. I want to put it out sometime Gemini season. So we're going to get it ready soon. I got another person working on it, and it ended up working out better. See, that's why I wanted to use the story. I could have looked at that. I haven't read his chart. I could have looked at that and been like, oh, I paid money for this. Like, what the hell? Why is he disrespecting me like this? But how he responds to this is not my karma. That's not my business. My business is how I respond to it. It's cool. I gave dude some business. He's not ever gonna get business from me again. And I was able to go to somebody else who is actually aligned with this work we do. He's gonna make a super dope trailer intro and some artwork. Any of you who still want to send me artwork like that, feel free to, and I'll use it as well. And it just kind of made me realize, oh, okay, see, it actually worked out better, and I'm having someone who's invested in this do this. All right, it does suck paying twice, but I didn't pay that much the first time, and it's worth it to know how someone like that was going to act, because I was ready to actually sponsor this dude's like work. I was ready to actually invest a lot of money into this dude, only to find out, how little he respects me. So I'm glad this happened, so I know not to waste my time and resources on people who don't deserve it. All right. Other than that, the reason why I'm using this as an example is there's a Uranian quality that is instilling itself into Mercury to not only have you read between the lines, but to literally have people's physiological response to things seriously give away their true motives. You cannot really lie in the face of truth. Okay? It's a transit like this that will have you ask someone how they feel about something, and right as they're sugarcoating their response, their facial expression in that split second gives you the answer that you're looking for. Right? It's the very subtle. Oh, nice. It's the very subtle and minor physiological reactions that you really want to be looking at. Some people, some Scorpios and Virgos, Libras and Capricorns do this all the time. They purposefully ask people questions just so that they can see how they're going to react. And like once you take more than 3 seconds to answer a question, they got everything they needed. Okay. It's just like Jupiter Star said, Scorpio and Taurus live this. Catch you off guard. Pisces does this too. Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all think y'all so slick. It's funny, but it is what it is. So, this is why you have to really be on your end super authentic. What this transit is going to allow you to do is take the authenticity that was developed while it went through Aries and start to build this within your body. All right. I'm going to eventually, in another few months, I know I'm a Gemini and I talk about what I'm about to do all the time, but Thirst Trap Thursdays is a thing. Thirst Trap, I feel like it's part of my karma. Like I must have been a man whore in a past life, and like I have to express that. So this is a great period in a short few weeks to work out anything physical, anything that's putting you in touch with nature and your body. You're going to see huge results for. So when I get those 6-pack abs and flat stomach, I am going to be posing with no shirt shamelessly. I've seen Sagittarius men do it. If they can do it, if Aries men can do it, I can do it. I can be a man hoe. I mean, I can thirst trap. I mean, I can show my body off. All right. And I don't need no disrespect for it. Just because I have confidence in my body doesn't mean y'all need to sexualize my body. So when I show you them thirst traps, okay, don't be sexualizing me. Don't be acting like just because I'm showing nothing but my perfect ass and abs, y'all can just objectify me. Actually, I'm joking. Y'all can objectify me all you want. It's Thirst Traps Thursday. Magic Michael's in the motherfucking building. So y'all better objectify me when I do this. if you want a tarot card, if I pull a major arcana, I'll strip an article of clothing off. Magic Mike Sundays. Oh yeah, it's going down. Ain't nobody done tarot like that before. So just letting you know, putting it out in the universe. I'm speaking it into existence. Thirst Trap Thursdays. Anyway, you know, I think the only other thing, thank you, Malika. I'm gonna check that out after this broadcast. The only thing you really want to be mindful of is, as I've been saying, Officer Mike. Yes, I'm gonna have thank you for the idea. You want to be mindful of the fact that, for the first time in your life, ever, unless you were born like in the 70s or before, you are manifesting supernatural powers. And the reason why I say if you were born in the 70s or before, right? If you were born in the 70s, that means when the conjunction of Saturn and the outer planets happened in 89, you were probably turning 20, right? If you were born in the 70s, mid 70s, late 70s, you were at least 10 by the time 89 came through, right? People born in the 80s weren't old enough, unless you were like a miracle child. And so what happened was you started to manifest an initial level of supernatural powers, timeline shift. So you didn't get the full one. And now, please don't just let me say this. If you were born in the 70s or before, am I telling the truth? It is what I said, right? Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Show some love. Am I telling the truth? If you were born in the 70s or before, come 89, 90, did you start to manifest an initial sense of supernatural power? Back before we even had internet to like push this whole, before you saw new age rhetoric, you started to have enhanced faculty. You didn't really, it wasn't necessarily as popular as it is now. So it's not like you could have probably seen this, but you started to experience like an initial sense, like, wow. You didn't experience like you were awakening, but you started to experience enhanced faculty. And some of you have Neptune in Scorpio. Okay. Some of you have Uranus in Scorpio. If you were born 77, some of you have, Pluto and Virgo. There's no way. Some of you started reading auras. See. So I'm not just talking. The peace dealer knows what he's talking about. I'm not just talking shit. Okay. For those of you who were born in the 70s and before, this is important because people born in the 80s, 90s, like me, like we're coming into this for the first time, but you're not. And you're going to finish what was started. Why did it pull back? Because after Saturn left Capricorn and went into Aquarius into 91, it's not exactly that we shifted timelines, but there had to be a delay. It's not like you stopped, by the way. It's just that development of that got sidelined. Maybe around that time you had a child and you had to take care of a child. You didn't have time to develop yourself, or you had to go through some crazy shit over that cycle. Bam, 2018, we're back. So for those of you born in the 70s or before, you're not manifesting supernatural power. You're mastering supernatural power. And those of you born in the 80s, 90s, you know that your parents are super psychic. You know your parents are going to ask what you're up to, even though you get the feeling like they know, even though they act dumb. We're on to y'all. You people born in the 60s, we're on to y'all. We know you're super psychic. You can't hide it. You can try and act like you're not and just be like, yeah, I'm intuitive. We know you're like super psychic. Stop playing. At least I know. I don't know about everyone. At least I know. Like whenever I see a chart and I see you have Pluto and Uranus and Virgo, you're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. That's like super extreme analysis to be able to notice things happening within like a 5-second span that would take somebody like more time to get. Like you're not fooling me at all. Like I know it. The peace dealer knows you have Pluto transiting and trining your Pluto and Virgo. Okay, those of you born 70, the peace dealer knows you have Uranus and Scorpio. You just have like supernatural wisdom about things. It's not, there's nothing normal about that. Okay. So you're not manifesting your superpowers for the first time. You are mastering it and integrating it in a way to where you can live your real life without it making you crazy. That was what this whole cycle was for. You just started manifesting it, but you had to take a break because you are also a part of a society that vehemently suppressed you psychologically, input stimuli to shame you from embracing your powers, socially stigmatizing you to make you feel weird, to make you feel like you have to go to a mental hospital. I don't know if you know, that's trauma. That's psychological manipulation. Some people do it today by making it look like you're cool or not, but people don't realize we don't give a fuck about being cool. We care about our spiritual development. Thank God somehow that's trending now. It's not going to trend forever, but it's trending now. Thank God. Okay. So keep that in mind. Like, this is real. Some of y'all, and it's a slap in the face to y'all. It's a slap in the face to y'all. This is something that has one, even if you were born after 80s, growing up with this, that whole cycle from 89 to 2018 was having to integrate this awareness within a system that up until this point, even still to a degree, has done everything in their power to suppress who you are, to suppress your abilities, to make you feel like you have some diagnosis, you have some disorder. Some of you are able to channel different beings. Like, you're able to channel high frequency beings. If you have Uranus on your sun or your moon or Neptune, sun, moon, rising, that's not a diagnosis. That is a gift. The channeling of higher frequency beings gives you the ability to harness, either as a vessel or as power, otherworldly beings who are not human, that have differences in their idiosyncrasies and personalities. And that is going to manifest as a personality disorder, as a multiple personality disorder, but it's not a disorder. And so you have not had rhetoric, language, and support that has helped you cope. And some of y'all are just reeling off of this as if it's all good. Doesn't work like that, beloved. Doesn't work like that. Now your powers are awakening in full, and you're trying to wonder how to deal with this trauma from being denied, from having to put on a mask and be someone entirely different just to survive. That's still active. Okay. I'm not going to say that professional licensed doctors don't know what they're talking about when they diagnose mental illnesses. I'm not saying that mental illnesses don't exist. I am saying, which is a fact, most of what is diagnosed as a disorder is usually not a disorder. However, I also know seemingly medical care professionals and other such people were not equipped to deal with this. And so they did what they had to do with, I'm not going to say the best way they had to do it, because many medical doctors will agree that the restrictions upon them don't allow them to really express the modalities that they could, which is saying it could have been better. It could have, the mental health industry could have been so much better. You know this because of the changes that they're making outside of spirituality. Just facts. Okay. I am a big believer that even though people are shaming big pharma, even though people are shaming doctors, I think the medical industry is just getting better as a consequence of time elapsing, technology getting better. You know, don't shame these health. Not every doctor, not every pharmacist is a bad person. Some of them could be watching this and they're into spirituality too. It's not a black or white thing, but this whole racism should be a diagnosis. PMS should not be. Thank you. And that's so true. Racism, prejudice, that's mental illness. If you not liking someone else because of the color of their skin, because of their nationality and culture, That is a mental illness. There's nothing normal about that, but we don't diagnose that because a lot of people back then were racist and they didn't want to get diagnosed. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like this is now putting power in the hands of those of you who've been suppressed, because now you're now at an age where you can now produce, manifest, and connect with people, form groups, build unions, make foundations, because there's power in numbers. Please hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. And so as you process genius, this Mercury cycle, as I've just said too much, is going to be manifesting your supernatural power. For those of you born in the 70s, it's mastering it. For those of you born after the 70s, like in the 80s, and 90s, you're initially manifesting this. Like 80s, you're not initially manifesting this, but you're finally manifesting more of what you initially did, but not like 70s did. 90s, new. 2000s, new. Okay. Whether it's new or not, the whole purpose of this transit is to very realistically take these abstract concepts and put you in a position to make it real to you. And however it's real to you is as unique as you are as an individual, hence the whole purpose of this. It's very, very, very important that you accept this, because moving forward, especially finally being in a position to very powerfully manifest supernatural power, this is absolutely going to have you process supernatural ability in ways that will deviate from what you're used to habitually responding to with your patterns. Sharoniana, I do live readings now instead of super chat. So if you'd like to super chat, just hit the description box below and you'll be able to see those details. Okay. It's very, very important, because a whole lot of how you are personally coming in to a lot of this energy is going to come at a complete shock, or as a complete shock, as this Uranian force breaks apart paradigms within your own being. So we're not talking about macrocosmic paradigms, which will affect, but like inner paradigms that come into a lot of how you respond to certain situations. I'm pretty sure for some of you, you know, you've started to apply a more detached perception towards things that used to trigger you outright. And I didn't want to talk about this too soon, but I keep getting the urge to say this. Paradigm. I'm so sorry. Thank you, King. Oh my gosh, I've been calling it paradigm and it's paradigm. Thank you for that. Anyway, it's very important though, because a whole lot of how this is also going to come through is going to 100% break down your relationship with the secret psychics. So secret psychics are people who roam along. They're not even special. They just have like a few cognitive abilities that are probably like better than yours. So you have to understand, there are people who have been flexing their own abilities in spite of your lack of awareness in certain areas, especially if they're like 12th house to your sun. Okay. So many of you have really been in positions with people who you can sense they know more, but you can't put your finger on it. And there's certain psychic connections, the whole concept of people telepathically talking crap to you, or just telepathically, like willingly, directly, telepathically sending their vibes is not a supernatural concept. It's not a science fiction concept. Yeah, Tales of the Night. I still do music. I'm working on an EP right now, actually, that I want to put out next week. But it's not even like how late is late? Great question. It's not even like that big a deal. It's as simple as me thinking about someone and then just, you know, the thought of them produces negativity, and I start to just wail on how much I don't like the person, right? Instead of just being a real person and calling that person up, but you know, teach their own. Um you are forming an energetic connection just by thinking of someone in non-local realms. Whether that other person is receptive to that has everything to do with their moon sign, whether it's on your Mercury. People have differing levels of receptivity. Even though that person didn't have the intention to connect, sure, shoot me an email, thepcr@gmail.com. It's still a connection that even at a deep unconscious level is felt. Maybe the person that is the recipient of that might feel it as just for a split second feeling negative, or maybe you blip up in their subconscious mind before they think about whatever they're thinking about. Okay, so keep that in mind. The whole notion of people astral projecting to spy on you, to look at you, to judge you, that's been going on since the 60s. Nothing's new. There's watchers that exist, kind of like Marvel's watchers, right? A high Sagittarian Aquarius energy that observes what goes down outside of space and time. Well, some within space. It's very important for you to kind of redefine your relationship with these dynamics, because now, as opposed, shout out to Hi who experiences this every day, as a thank you, bye to Bode Home Care, I got you, as opposed to you kind of getting a glimpse, these things are becoming real. And as they become real, it's going to feel for some of you that it's happening out of nowhere, but this was literally decades in the processing and making. Okay, very important for you to really keep in mind, especially once again with this Mercury transit that right now as we speak is 4 degrees, reeling off of a 3-degree Uranian conjunction. So the reason why we're going to do this ritual really soon, and the reason why it's going to work almost immediately, is just to show you the power of your intent. Every word you're speaking is hyper manifesting into reality due to your determined approach to act off on that. So what makes it that supernatural power is manifesting? Clearly I'm not just talking shit, right? And I will make more manifestation videos. Thank you, Emily. That's a great idea. The manifestation of Taurus is Gemini. Gemini is the second house to Taurus. You have the sun, you have Mercury, and you have Uranus in Taurus. This is an awareness of your processing of your inner genius in the field of Taurus, cultivating itself within your body and your values. And what is that manifesting? Mars in Gemini, opposite Jupiter in Sagittarius, square Neptune in Pisces. It is manifesting an intellectually graceful sense of your power and desire as you take magical action to completely switch and change your perception on the effects that happen with those actions, with the Neptune square, to literally add a divine element of unseen influences that will now help you make sense of that which you couldn't before, which 100% denotes that your mind is going to change a whole lot about stuff that you thought you've been doing. Certain things that you've been doing over and over, you're starting to realize with even though it's the same thing, differences, because you're starting to be more aware and you're starting to process at a much more relevant level. Okay. This ritual we're going to do is so simple. All you need is a pen and a paper. Shout out to Evolve with Emma. I'm actually taking this from her card today. So if you saw her card for May 8th, she pulled the Ace of Swords, and this is going to add on to this. All you're going to do, all we are going to do, we're going to connect, combine our energy, okay? And then we're going to hold a vision in our mind's eye. We're going to hold the energy, right? That's Mercury and Taurus. And then we're going to channel Uranus from our crown, electrify ourselves, and we're going to write down our intentions. That's it. We're going to write down what is it you truly want and desire. It's not anything we haven't done before. So for those of you doing this again, it's only going to supercharge this. And, you know, once we write that down, and you can be as detailed as you want, we're writing down this intent while we're connecting with 290 plus people, supercharging this intent with us. You can do this without pen and paper if you just write it in your heart or just set that intention, and then you can burn the paper after, or you can keep it and then release it and then take action towards that. And, you know, hyper manifestation. It's Taurus, so it may not manifest everything at once, but it's going to manifest the first step and quickly crescendo. And this is my way of kind of showing you how potent this is. All right. To where right after we end this broadcast, let me know. Comment down below what happens. That's why I like to keep accountability in this sense. Like, don't just take my word for it. I really want you to share your experiences, just so it makes it that much realer. Okay. It's just fully expect an unpredictable, unexpected event. That's the only catch. You can't really put Uranus in a box. So there's going to be an unexpected element that is added to this that you couldn't see coming, simulating a tower card, full card moment. Okay. This is a definitely great time to intend for money. Taurus works really well with money. And other than that, as we move forward with this transit, the week of the 15th to the 15th to the 18th, subsequently to the full moon on the 18th, we're going to see Mercury trine Pluto and Saturn retrograde. You can release it in the ocean. Great question. Yeah, the full card is one of the best cards ever. And also, it's going to King Kong's Jupiter retrograde, as well as, while it's doing this, sextiling Neptune and the North Node. It's super subtle. And I want you to think, as Mercury moves through the transit, you're starting to see the fruits of your labor grow, right? As the crop grows to the edge of where you planted it, and it pushes through and it meets the sun and starts to see the light, that's Mercury slowly getting closer to the sun before it breaks through into Gemini, and boof, you're enlightened. You see it. So everything that is manifesting now, you're going to perceive this initially May 20th, May 21st. And that's going to begin an enlightenment transit of, okay, now I need to change my attitude and thinking because I'm aware of something newly. And it's going to be so badass. It's not even funny. Ooh. Death comes to those who are not vigilant. Anyway, if you want to plan it, burn it, whatever you want to do, 555, number of change, whatever you want to do. Ooh, from Torrance. I know someone there from there. Whatever you want to do with the paper is up to you. It really doesn't matter. It only matters that you do it, okay? And that You can write this now, by the way. Shout out to Christy Aphrodite going in on a business. Congratulations. And yeah, so the significance of what's occurring next week is the way you process reality is going to integrate an enhanced sense of your consciousness. Keep this in mind. And what you're going to write, once again, is what you intend to manifest. Okay. I'm actually going to bring up this post. Oh, wow. Gorgeous. I'm actually going to bring up this post and read it verbatim. What do you want? And see for yourself. Close your eyes and exercise your third eye. Feel the sensations in your body. Do some research. What's the first step? Get clear on what you know no longer works for you and what does. Her Instagram, by the way, is Evolve with Emma. Okay. You are the one that creates your life. Also, you can touch my do-rag as I'm reading this and make a wish and it'll come true. Ha 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 ha. Sit yourself down and write on a piece of paper what you want. Speak it into existence. Don't wait for life to pass you by to realize what you should have done earlier. Yes, things happen in divine timing. Absolutely. You're not limited to just one thing. But the universe also responds to your every move. So let's break this down. Writing it down on a piece of paper is Mercury, Sun, and Uranus and Taurus. You are charging this, and we're going to connect with our energy to supercharge it because we're literally that dope. Then speaking what you wrote down into existence, okay, is Mars and Gemini. First you write it in Taurus, then you speak it, Mars and Gemini, and everything that you spoke of, you act of. It's that simple, guys. You do that, I promise you, provided that what you're intending has actual action steps, you take action on that, and you're going to see a hyper manifestation occur so that by the 21st, bam. Does that mean I need to shoot my shot? Yes, Cass. Especially if you're shooting your shot to me. Say no more, Cass. It's all good. You already know what's up. It's on site with you and I. It's on site. But other than that, getting seriously, I had to make it about me because I'm a first house son and we're selfish like that and self-absorbed. But other than that, okay, for those of you who want to write this down, stay tuned so that don't roll your eyes, New Age Ja. You know what it is. For those of you who write it before, okay, just stay tuned with us when we do it together so you can charge the energy of what was written. Okay, neighborhood hope dealer in the building. So once again, it's very, very important that you kind of realize this is all happening within the whole notion of your entire reality. Happy early birthday to King King being shifted. All right. Please remember, Mercury and Venus have squared Pluto and Saturn. When Mercury was in Aries squaring this, it purified the intent of where you direct your mind. Okay. Magical ability is Mercury. This is like one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite card. The Magician is the card of Mercury. Mercury in Taurus is working with your hands, like the erotic sexual massages that I can offer during Thirsty Thursdays. I mean, Thirst Trap Thursdays when I open up my Magic Mic business. And the square that it made in Aries was to prepare you for this trine that is occurring next week. Your ability to deduce magic in and of itself is Mercury, because that's how you process it. Pluto is the judgment card. Thirsty Thursday is so Jersey. Yeah. The last time I heard about Thirsty Thursday was in the East Coast. It's so true. But like, yes. Oh, mother of men, I get you. You're right. So Pluto is going to be trining Mercury. All right. And that square was to prepare you and to take facets and elements of your character to completely purge that which is not authentic to you. Everything that which was authentic to you has moved forward over the past week, so that now that it's in Taurus, you can manifest the originality of your magic. Okay? It gets even deeper because now it's going to trine Pluto. This is the moon card. It's going to trine Pluto. Shout out to the divine feminines who embody this. You are going to trine Pluto with Mercury. Oh, okay, Brooklyn culture. And this is now going to draw on this transformative, intense, functional energy and provide resources. Yes, that Pluto and Cap integrity test. For those of you who passed the test, it's providing resources for you to not only make this real. And let me give you an analogy. When it's squared, it was like meeting your program director or boss to give you a test. You pass the test. Now that it's trining, you're promoted to a higher position and you're given resources so you can do more of your work better. Horrible analogy, but it's very important. Especially because a whole lot of how you personally step into this grounding is going to make real this new function of how you'll be aware of these psychic abilities. Case in point, what about this that is going to transform how you process this reality is Jupiter in Sagittarius. We all know, not all of you, but we all know that Sagittarius is 8th house to Taurus. Mercury in Taurus. Shout out to Spend Smart Live Happy. Thank you for joining us. Mercury in Taurus is processing this reality, and as it quincunxes Jupiter in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius is going to ether your mind. It is going to literally transform the way you perceive reality. Now, it's not going to transform reality. In fact, the sun is getting ready to quincunx Jupiter in a few days. Whatever is being transformed already exists. And Sagittariuses have a keen awareness of this because it's happening through y'all. You're representatives of this magical shift. You're going to be showing people things that they didn't even know was possible to see. There are people out here who don't believe in magic. Meanwhile, Sagittarius, you are magic. So you're just going to be showing people magic, right? Get this. Mercury is going to get ethered by Jupiter, shift everything you've been perceiving so that you can be more aware of your supernatural quality. Uranus is literally electricity shooting through your hands in order to enhance your conscious faculty. Now, Uranus is not going to be in Taurus for short. It's going to be in Taurus till 2026, right? So as this goes around, when it meets May 2020, the capacity at which you can harness this is going to be increased. Then it's going to go back around 2021. The capacity at which you can harness this is going to be increased. So let's say with this conjunction, you're able to zap electricity through your fingers. Let me tell you something. Zapping electricity through your fingers is supernatural to you. It's something that you probably have. So see, I can't say this to all of you because some of you are super magic. Some of you are watching me right now, levitating in your chair. You represent a legendary few. Like, oh, I live this life. So I'm not talking to everybody. But let's take an extreme example of electric farts. That is going to ether your mind. What is the eighth house? The eighth house is death. Now, the part of you that processed your reality and made you feel that you could not fart electricity is dead. It is dead forever because you just farted electricity, and your farts have electric properties, or they zapped from you. Do you get what I'm saying? This is huge, my friends. The reason why you've been seeing synchronicities and signs was Neptune's institution to slowly, at a subconscious level, prepare you for this, so that when you see it, it doesn't shock you, because you've been seeing master numbers and crazy signs for so long. It's not just going to be like, oh my God, what happened? I hope this makes sense. So that's the quincunx that's happening right now. It's transforming how we are aware of higher vibrational experiences. Once that's transformed, what's next to Jupiter? Saturn and Pluto take this new awareness and fix it. Get this. What's the ninth house? The ninth house is belief. The ninth house is perception at its highest level, to where you derive meaning from your experience in order to understand what is. This is why it's a house of teaching, because once you know what something means, you can teach it to someone else. How you show it. And so what's the ninth house to Taurus? Capricorn. So your transformed perception, which is happening to everybody, and that's not magic, that's Taco Bell. So true. Is going to completely, with this transformed perception and awareness, instantly get fixed, as you now are given a concrete and practical, organized utilization of what to do with this. Okay? Taurus believes in what works. So everything that you were not able to accept, here's a better way of doing it. Because these changes are so physiological, I need to bring this back to Elder Kai and Gohan. Gohan was working with the Elder Kai, who took him in a different dimension within the same omniverse and danced around him, read newspapers. This is Neptune and Pisces, chilling. Gohan here is like, yo, B, my friends are dying on Earth. I know you're a god, and maybe it might not be as important to you. Common misconception. Gods do care about humans. And hey, you're not taking this seriously. And that's because it didn't look like he was doing anything. Like the writers of these animes are genius. The writers are just like, things are just genius things. I just said that. But seriously, so many of you, thank you, Aldo. Like this is literally what's happening. Like Elder Kai is Uranus, Neptune, right? It's specifically Neptune, because Neptune is not pressed on what you're doing here. Neptune is on the ascended reality, okay? But what was the whole purpose? You were just being. Neptune just bees. And that's why it clashes. Anime Rise of the Goats. That's why it clashes with like more practical society stigmas and expectations, where you would think in order to bring this out, something had to be done, but nothing happened. And that's Neptune and Pisces. A lot of you are resting more than ever. How many of you are deeper in sleep, almost fighting lethargy? That's because your subconscious body needs rest in order to awaken billions of years worth of latent energy before you lie to yourself and tell yourself, I have to work this job. I have to live this life, because if I don't make this money, this is going to happen, which is a lie. That's a lie from a system that has made you believe that. Even though you can't blame the system, it's you who you have to take responsibility, right? So keep that in mind. It's like this is what has happened. Except we already went around the Zodiac. So Elder Kai is done reading the newspaper, and a lot of you are Gohan, like, what the hell? Okay. The best part of this analogy is that Gohan didn't know that his powers. See, the whole point of the ritual was to unlock hidden power, which is like an amazing anime trope. This kid just leaves. Shout out to Supreme Dreams, who like nailed it. Oh, I'm just going to leave. Even though I'm not old enough to drive a car, I'm going to go on an adventure, which is super dangerous. And then this old hermit is going to unlock power I didn't know I have and put me in a situation where I have to fight animals. Like crazy shit. Okay. Well, Elder Kai, shout out to Chad and Maverick. You can be Kai and Gohan. For some of you, the Elder Kai was your moon sign, and then your sun sign was Gohan, or vice versa. Or maybe you're neither. Maybe you're King Kai. Or maybe you're just Goku dead, just chilling. It's like, I'm trying to train. Like, it depends who you are. But Elder Kai unlocked the hidden potential in Gohan. That means Gohan had potential that was capped. Gohan had greater potential that he couldn't directly harness until after a time skip. 10-year time skip. So that means what the Elder Kai did was remove any obstacles in the way of him reaching that. That was Uranus and Aries, and that was Saturn making its way back around to Capricorn. I have to say this one more time. Shout out to Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon goes hard too. I haven't really watched the full series, but I might go back and do that just to get some gems. Gohan did not know that his potential was unlocked. The dude got angry, and then in a fit of anger, burst out so much energy that he had to stop himself like, whoa, what happened? It worked. And the Elder Kai was like, I know, sit back down. We're not done. Okay, so keep that in mind. Many of you are going through what you're going through, thinking that certain progress hasn't been had because you're not seeing on a big scale certain changes when the deepest change has been internal. Sailor Voodoo. This is amazing because there are people who are looking at you on the surface and they're expecting to see, oh, what have you shown for what you've done, right? One of the dumbest questions people ask is, out of spite, especially, is you've been doing this for your whole life. What have you shown for it, right? As if you need to prove yourself to anyone, as if doing something you love means you have to be uber successful at it. You have to drive a certain type of car. You have to be getting a certain type of money. This is not, and for some of you have been so confused because you're trying to put this spiritual development in a pseudo box of worldly achievement. Worldly achievement isn't even really real. Think about everything that people constitute as success. It's not even real. It's superficial. Seriously. You could have a great day with your family, have great peace. You know what I'm saying? You lived another great day. You're still alive when tomorrow isn't promised. No one gives a fuck about that. People care about the new car that you have. People care about the clothes that you wear. People care about what popular person you're collabing with. And they're stupid. That to them makes it seem like you're successful. And so what are people doing now? They're faking it. They're taking pictures to appear a certain way, to look this way, when the whole guidelines of what success means is transforming under your very nose. Saturn conjunct Pluto. So there are people looking at you on the surface and they're like, oh, he's a loser. She's a loser. They're not doing anything with their life. They're still driving the same car they've been having. They don't even have a house. They still live in an apartment. Is it just me, or are these not superficial indicators? And listen, it goes beyond being vain. Some of you have parents who look at you weird because you have not attained status indicators that they grew up having to go. You're a certain age, you don't have a family yet. You're a certain age, you don't have a house yet, which is dumb. Why would you buy a house in the economy we're in? First of all, if you're buying a house, you should buy it to rent out. But that's a whole nother conversation for another time. Like, it's inherent. People are crazy. It's inherently superficial. And some of you are picking up on these psychic impressions, not even knowing that your come up is just like super amazing, because where spirit is leading you is not to get these superficial indicators. It is a fact. Where you are now is not where you were 10 years ago. Your progress and growth is so extraordinarily exponential that many of you aren't even aware, because you were brainwashed and trained to prove yourself to a superficial world that couldn't even see magic even if it was in front of their face. You've been shamed, you've been demonized for calling this out and not cool, to the point where it's now trending to be nerdy and people can act like it as if it's not an insult to you. Well, let me tell you something. The joke is on them, because while they were busy trying to be somebody for the world, you were putting in a lot of work internally. You were busy shooting in the gym where other people weren't with you. You were busy loving your body, not skipping out workouts. Some of you may not work out physically, but you've worked your mind out every day. You never let up on the quest to really find the truth for you. And all of that adds up. I need to say this one more time, because you have people looking at you and judging you based off of what they've seen you do, not based off of the internal work that you have done. And then they don't care what anybody has said. If you're alive now, the way the transits are, you've had to process some heavy inner shit, and you didn't tell it to everybody, because you don't just post your meal on Instagram every day. You have a life outside of social media. And so people can look at your life from the surface and judge you based off on that. Oh, you're this years old and you still drive this car, you still wear these clothes, even though you might not care about all that. The internal growth you have done is manifesting out to be seen. All right? When it comes to what society sees, that's Sagittarius. That's Aquarius. We have not had any Sagittarius energy for the past 9 years outside of Saturn and Sag. And so many people don't know what you're rocking with. You're going to make overnight changes. That nationwide tour is totally coming. That aren't overnight. They were years in advance, and people are going to be surprised. Let me speak a prophecy over your life. Over the next 6 months, by the time we step into Libra season and Pluto goes direct with Jupiter, people are not going to know what to do with you, because, and your spirit guides facilitated this too, many of you purposefully left the image of yourselves that betrayed what you were really going through to protect you from the plans people outside of your life had for you. And you knew that if you appeared a certain way, they wouldn't mess with you for superficial reasons. Well, you're just going to come out the gates succeeding. You have already been succeeding, but the reason why this is going to be in the open is because Jupiter's in Sagittarius, and from Gemini season to Libra season, you're going to be showing people how much you've grown for the past 10 years. And all these fake friends in your life are going to be openly mad, because they're going to realize they can't. Now the fake stuff they were doing to act like they cared, they're going to be mad when they see you in positions farther than them. It's not about manifesting material, superficial indicators of success. You're going to have a deep peace within you, going through trauma where it doesn't even hurt you. You're going to have a deep peace within you that cannot be taken away. Confidence is going to be brimming. Stuff to you that's not even a big deal is going to be a huge deal for other people. There are going to be people who they made bets on you like, oh, he's not going to make it past 2018. And they're going to see you shine in 2019 because everyone's glowing up and they're going to be big mad. Trust me, I'm talking about even people who have millions of dollars, all sorts of social influence will be jealous of you because of the intrinsic values you've been working so hard to develop while you've been thinking you weren't doing good enough, only to find out that's not true. So that's why I'm saying, let people talk crap. Let people with their body language and their inferences say what they want. They're only intimidated by you. Strong people lift up other people. Someone who is strong is going to build you up. If anyone's being snarky, if anyone's being like passive aggressive, that's because they're weak people. That's why I don't even get angry. Like, oh, that's you. That's your karma. You want me to get mad and devolve myself to your level. I'm not basic like that. Like they're being. Period. Strong people build other people up. It's weak people that try and divide and tear down and it's psychological, so that they feel better than themselves for themselves. We all know people like this. They always have something to say about someone else, and then they compare that person to them because that's how they feel better. They're still babies. I get it. It is what it is. Well, let me tell you the truth. We're passing through this portal into Gemini season. And just like Gohan had no clue that his potential was unlocked this whole time, right now with this transit, you're going to be manifesting fruits and evidence of your own progress. Whether you feel you haven't done enough or whether you feel you've done too much, real G's move in silence. And some people need an audience for everything that they do. So they can't move in silence because they'll tell people, hey, I'm moving in silence. Like, this is what I'm doing. Cool. When you manifest this awareness this week, next week, and the week after, especially once we go into Gemini season, it's all systems go. You have to be mindful. Even now, people are really jealous of the success you have. And it's important because some of you are looking at it like it's small. Some of you are like, oh, I'm not there yet. And to other people, it's like, wow, look at where this person has got them. Look at how they've changed your life. Like you've been so busy changing your life, you haven't really realized that you have made this change. And you're going to come into this perception this week, next week, the week after. I hope that makes sense. This is the first time we have this T-square, Gemini, Sag, Pisces. You're going to finally realize this. And once again, it didn't seem like things were happening. Well, that's because so much subatomic change has happened, right? Uranus went through Aries. Neptune went through Aquarius. Uranus went through Aquarius. Jupiter conjuncted Uranus and Pisces, went through this whole cycle. It's in Sagittarius. It's glowing up. And let me tell you something. Many evil people have been throwing black magic on you. They've been doing negative stuff and it hasn't been working on you. So you're not going to notice why they're frustrated around you, because that would denote them being honest about the negative intentions they've had about you before they smile in your face, because they're inherently weak beings that can't be upfront in your face about what they feel about you. And they're going to be big mad because there's nothing they can do. Because while they thought you were struggling, or while they thought you weren't a threat, you were working on yourself on the inside. And now this is just going to manifest. You get what I'm saying? The inner work is going to manifest instantly to attract these outer accolades that to other people will seem like it happened overnight. So many of you are about to be overnight successes, especially after this ritual, but it was not overnight. You've worked so hard for this. You've processed so much emotions. So many of you felt like you were even doing horrible things, processing your shadows when you were supposed to. And it wasn't bad. It was good because you were honest with yourself about it. So this is what I mean when I'm saying, right, Empress? I cried so many nights for this shit. Some of y'all have been deep in the dark. Don't think you did this for nothing. You're finally at the precipice. Like Leah said, magic is real. Well, supernatural abilities are too. And so Jupiter is king-kunxing this. The next king-kunx we're going to have is in Cancer season. And that's when you're going to take action based off what's changed. Okay, so we're going through a king-kunx with Taurus. Your whole reality is going to transform. That's facts. Then we're going to step into Gemini season. It's going to be opposite Jupiter. And you're going to be perceiving, oh, this is the reality that's changed. Then it's going to king-kunx into Cancer. And now you're ready to take action and transform your life forever. Then it's going to move into Leo season. You're going to draw on that energy. It's going to go into Virgo season. You manifest all of this into your reality. It's going to go into Libra season. You're now coming out into your reality towards other people in your world. Like, what's up, y'all? And Libra season leads into 2020, where we have that final cycle and we're all mastering this. Okay, we're all mastering how we integrate supernatural abilities for the first time as a collective consciousness without having to fight each other. And this time with integrated technology that allows someone in New York to contact someone in Japan now. Pimp. That's pimp. So while this is happening, thank you positively, Trisha. That's what I'm saying. Like, when Uranus was in Aries, when Chiron was in Pisces, I was hella triggered. Like, I was hearing people disrespecting me. I was seeing people disrespect me, and I let it get to me. I was sensitive about it. Now it happens, and I laugh. It's like, you have no idea who you're talking to. You have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea what's upon you, period. You have no idea how quickly stuff could flip. And that's why I'm saying, we got you, Alex Freeman. That's why I'm saying, do not allow yourself to get triggered. Because moving forward, people are going to try and shoot at your insecurities. But you have to remember, anyone who brings up your insecurities in an attempt to manipulate you is inherently weak. Strong people don't do this. Am I right or am I wrong? Strong people don't do that. There is a culture that has developed in this society that has taken very scumbag, lame things to do and has made it cool, like overdosing on drugs, like popping lots of pills, like stealing, like being someone without integrity. For some dumb reason, this has been popularized over the course of several decades to where being faithful to a partner is considered lame, to where telling someone how you feel is considered lame, to where being honest and doing the right thing is considered lame. I don't know about you, but I would rather be lame. I would rather be a lame ass nigga than to be this lack of integrity that's somehow cool now. And then someone overdoses and people act like they care and they go back to the same bullshit. If this is not proof that dark forces are at work, you can blame masculinity all day. If it's not truth, if it's not proof that a dark force is at work to blind the youth, I don't know what else to tell you. Shout out to those of you who are lame, who've been keeping it real, who realized I'd rather be lame than cool if that's what cool looks like. Thank you. All right. All of that is about to turn around. We are on the precipice. They think they can turn us into a trend. They don't know we're about to take over. The only, like, consider this. The only reason why whatever is popular and mainstream is popular and mainstream is because a majority of people have let that happen. Have you thought about that? Everything that's cool and popping now, there's a bigger majority of people who have let that happen. They're not busy caring about what's trending. They were busy studying. They were busy working on themselves. Well, guess what? Now so many of you are in a position to take over, and that's what's going to be happening. There's a have you noticed the supreme disconnect between what's trending versus what people really want? You can't manipulate that as much anymore. Before, you can manipulate it. You can just say this is what's popular when majority of people didn't think so. Now you can't. You will get fried. You will get dragged on Twitter and Instagram. People have a voice now. So keep that in mind. Okay. Jupiter is transforming. Saturn is establishing new rules, and this is where it gets real. Neptune is making an opening sextile with Mercury. That means what was sparked in Mercury to give you inspiration to imagine in a more genius way. Mercury, while it's quincunxing and transforming, is sextiling Neptune and Pisces and the North Node. Okay? $1 billion vibe tribe ain't lame. They may call us lame, but we far from that. And that's just facts. So it's like Mercury sextiling the North Node coming into a closing sextile is allowing you to align your ideas with the decisions you're going to be making subsequently in July. Am I preaching or am I preaching? Am I teaching or am I skeeshing? Never mind. I almost said scheming, which is horrible. So really keep this in mind because this is so very exciting, but this is happening gradually. Every single day, you manifest more, another piece of this elaborate puzzle. Has a lot to do with the food you're eating too. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet already. And any sexual activity as well is aligning you appropriately. All you need to do is surrender and let go and co-create this with the universe. Shout out to Kobe, feeling this coming. So this is all going to intensify May 15th to the 18th. It's aligning your ideas and plans to stable foundations to build off of. Perfect time to produce content and build things towards projects. Okay. Very, very important. Some of you were brought into a time skip. Okay. Some of you were ready to move forward. Comment a fire sign emoji if like 2014 to 2017, you were ready to move forward on an idea. And then it's like you got drawn back into another timeline. And it's like you had to process all sorts of darkness. And to this day, you feel like you missed the ball. Comment a fire sign emoji if you literally feel like you wasted time, right? It's like you were held back. You had to deal with so much darkness, 2014 and 2017. And it's like you're looking at yourself now and like, I could have accomplished so much more. And it's like you couldn't be any more wrong. That you coming into that timeline shift was everything you ever needed. Because if you went early, first of all, there are people who would have copied what you've done. If you went earlier, you wouldn't have had the same direction and focus that you have now. You've been taught a lesson from those behaviors that fundamentally change everything you're ready to do now. So you have more experience. It was all divine, though. Just like Brown Brujita said, it was all for a reason. And that's why I'm saying stop beating yourself up. Some of you had to be humbled, myself included. Some of you had to see that certain things you've beat yourself up for were actually your strength the whole time. There are taboos, especially if you're Pluto Scorpio. There are sexual taboos when it comes to treating yourself sexually that you had to go through fully just to realize it's not even bad. It's not even toxic. And that was the subtle thing that was holding you back. Okay. So when I say this week and next week, you're stepping into supernatural ability that you never thought possible. The reason why it's that extreme is because we have Mercury facilitating this shift, quincunxing Jupiter, trining Pluto Saturn, sextiling Neptune, catching up to the sun to boom. Okay. Imagine turning on a new game for the first time, right? You buy a new system and software. You unpackage it. You plug everything in. That's this Taurus season. And then you press the on button. Boom. That is 0 degrees Sun conjunct Mercury in Gemini. It is coming May 20th, May 21st. And any haters that you have, I understand now why they say you're not truly popping unless you have haters. I never used to believe that. I used to just really be like, no, you got to stay positive. I got people that support me. Now I get it. Some people make it a job to downplay and downcredit what you represent, because you watching this, you're next up. If you got enemies trying to stop you, you're doing something right. It's so true. You watching this, you're next up. Have you realized what you're going to do with this power? That's what this ritual is for. What is it that you want? Okay. So we're going to get ready to do this ritual right now. The full moon in Scorpio on the 18th is going to intensify and bring out a base level of how strong you can gain these energies. Okay. Moving forward. So, I want you to feel energy from your root chakra and the earth raising up within you. We're going to channel the energy from the earth, connect it with everyone, channel Uranus down from our crown to our heart, and then you're going to feel the energy come through as you write it down, whether you wrote it already or not. Okay. We have a lot of people watching, so this is definitely going to be accurate. Okay. So just breathe in, breathe out. First of all, honor and thank yourself for making it this far. Thank you, by the way. I got this from Maru Matu. Pimp My Matrix. I call bullshit. Neptune retrograde. So take some time to just focus your intent. Really feel it. See and feel in your mind's eye the version of you that has manifested this. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. A Sagittarian 8th house effect is sudden. It just happens. As a Taurus rising, I'm very aware of this. So you're going to experience changes in your perception and consciousness that will make you aware of abilities that you've always had and will allow you to move forward on manifesting them. This is going to be exhilarating. Some of you will fly for the first time. Some of you will accidentally move objects with not your mind, but your auric field, right? The whole purpose of making sense of this is what 2019 is for. 2019 is just going to manifest this initially so you gain experience. And by Virgo season, your analysis can now draw you conclusions about what's happening so that by next year, you're in a position to now make greater sense of this. I'm going to be honest with you. Sharon mentioned this before. Every time you tap into your power, you're going to hear dark forces. You're going to hear manifested in the form of doubt, shame, and guilt energy to push you back. If you feel that, keep on doing more of what is prompting it. You'll know because you're made to feel weird, like you're a loser. You don't have superpowers. Grow up. How are you this old and you feel like you have supernatural powers and blah, blah, blah. Ignore that voice. The fact that it simultaneously happens with you doing that is a psychological manipulation. And the fact that you can pick that up psychically is proof that you're psychic. So keep that in mind. It's a paradox that some of you keep looping yourselves to. So there's a reason why I'm being extreme with this. I could have settled and just said, you're just going to have slight physiological enhancements. I'm going all the way and I'm talking about supernatural abilities, just so there's no confusion. You either believe it or not. And don't blank out the voices, not providing you any proof, just conjecture, postulation, opinions that are unsolicited. Don't let this ego energy break you down, because once you tap into it, it's the end of them. That's why. Okay? This is super simple. And remember, Gohan didn't know that he had unlocked this potential until it just happened, right? So after you make this list and you write down the energy you're walking towards, take action on it. And as you take action, you're going to realize, oh, wow, I'm a lot more stronger. Oh, wow, this is really working. And I promise you, because we're doing this ceremony like so, we're going to manifest a mini miracle. Comment a wave, or a fire sign emoji if you're ready to manifest a miracle. This is going to be an undeniable sign pertaining to what you've written down, that the universe is co-creating with you. And anytime you have doubts, go back to that sign. You could even write a symbol and see if it's mirrored back to you. Okay. So set that intention, because we ain't playing games. And it's not the first time we've been successful with this either. I'll be right back. So for now, just breathe in your intent, breathe out gratitude, and take this time for some of you, if you'd like to write down, you can. If you want to wait till we connect our energy, which is highly recommended. But for now, just focus and release expectation on how it's going to happen. So, if you've noticed, I frequently had y'all like feel your life force and feel your energy. Happy belated birthday, designer. Feeling your energy and your 10 and your life force through your nen, okay? And as you do so, you should start to feel a bit tingly. this whole practice of doing this is going to be manifested Cancer season. The feeling of your life force is going to evolve. So know that we've done this for a few years, even if but just a little. And I just kind of want you to take that whole concept of feeling your life force before you do something, because that will slow you down. If every time you're about to take an action, you sit with yourself, you feel your life force energy raising and spreading through your body, and then you take action, it'll stop you from doing restless things or reckless things. You'll focus your intent more. Okay, so feel it. Feel the energy of the earth. Correct your posture. Breathe in your intent. See and feel with your mind's eye your manifestation. So I have one channeled message. This paper serves as a contract. Whether, shout out to OSB who can't stop smiling, whether you write it in your heart or as a paper, you're giving Uranus and Saturn permission to take over your vessel. So this serves as a contract. The Uranian miracle that we're having, it's not going to be the first time for many of you. But after you write down what you write down, Uranus is going to instantly bring into your experience the first step of learning how to perceive your power. Okay? It's going to be subtle for some of you. For some of you, this first step could be spend time in meditation or listen to binaural beats from Steve Libby, because he has some dope ones. For others of you, you might randomly get the insight to go out to the store. Okay? This has happened to me before. Just to give you an idea of how your conscious is not the same as your super conscious. I pulled the Tower card. It's the card of Mars. And I visibly heard a voice from within say, "Are you ready to understand your power?" This was 2017. All right. Either end of 2016 or 2017. And I'm like, yeah, sure. It was when I was living in the other apartment. So I go to the gas station and I had no idea what was going to happen. In fact, I thought it was weird how as soon as I get to the gas station, I stay at the pump. And as I'm saying this, just continue to feel this energy and breathe this in, okay? And I visibly hear again, wait, don't go yet. And sign your name and put the date to make it official. Very true, like Cruz. Cool. So this was me seeing the power of the Tower card, right? I visibly hear, wait. Okay, and if you think I'm lying, because I can understand. I could easily be making this up. Anyway, after like a song ends, I hear, okay, go into the store. I go into the store and the gas station attendant is looking at me weird. Anyway, I go and get my water. I walk up and the gas station clerk is like, "Hey, I don't know if you know, but right as you entered the store, somebody just pulled a beer run and ran out with beer." And I couldn't believe it. I was like, because I was about to walk in the store while the person was stealing it, but I heard, "Stop, don't go in yet." And then it made sense. Oh, that's a Tower card moment, right? Something unexpectedly happened. And that's when I realized, whoa, holy shit, like I'm working with other beings. And listen, I experienced that, so I know for a fact you guys experience even greater. Okay? Like it's not necessarily at all an experience exclusive to me. Like what I picked up from that was a lower level experience. That was spirit just playing. That was an aspect of myself. So something similar is going to happen with this tonight. Whatever you intend, it's your permission that you're giving so that the higher aspect of yourself can work through you and give you the first step to commit to. Okay. So once again, focus on your intent. I want you to feel one's energy connecting. I wish I was the one stealing the. Oh, that was you, Maya. Okay. That was hilarious. There's going to be a repeat of enlightening experiences that have happened 2017 that are going to happen again now. Okay. And it's going to respark that excitement you had before many of you went into that time skip. Okay. Now, with everyone's energy connected, if any of you want to spread Reiki healing energy, you can. Now, take some time to write either through symbol or bullet notes or anything, your energy. Okay. And your intent. And when you write it, say what you have, because this is Taurus, right? So say what I have this or we have that. And before you do it, I want you to envision Uranus's energy coming down. That sounded so weird. Your crown chakra into your heart as a lightning strike. And now feel free to write down your intention. And as you write it, I want you to feel it true, right? Nausea. So you can say I intend to manifest, but you're going to say I have, right? You're going to talk about what you have because this is in Taurus season. Great question. And you want to say it as if you already have it. So what's going to happen is you're going to be feeling this, right? As you're feeling it and as you're seeing it through your mind's eye as activating Jupiter and Sagittarius. And then it's squaring Neptune and Pisces. So you're imagining what can be. And then you feeling it is Neptune and Pisces with the North Node in Cancer. So you're taking this energy and then you're grounding it with Taurus. The shit's lit. Then after we're done with this, you're gonna read it after the broadcast, and then you can burn it or whatever. Okay. I'm also gonna restart the 33-day ritual today for anyone who wants to join me in spirit. For any of you who have 12th house planets, the latent potential of your 12th house energy is going to be unlocked. Also, keep in mind, Venus is the 12th house right now and in Aries to this Taurus energy. So, this 12th house Venus effect is also going to give you insight into sacred partnerships that identify fully with you. Sweet. And that's it. Oh, that was lit. Oh, I wish y'all could see what I just did right now. That was Mercury and Taurus magic. Wow. All right. I wrote down that I have a super magical do-rag that grants wishes when you touch it. All right. So now that we've written this, and yes, I am a left-handed writer. Now that we've written this, um, shout out to Royal Monique that saw that. I threw my pen and it literally looped around the bowl and fell back like nothing had, like magic shit. Magic shit. Oh my gosh. That's happened to me one time. Like I threw something across the room and it just lands perfectly. And I'm just like, what? All right. Anyway, shout out to my lefties in the building. Um, yeah. For those of you who just joined, you merely just want to write what you have, what you are ready to manifest. And then what's gonna happen is now that we've connected our energy, right? And you've written this down, once this broadcast is over, I want you to go to the moon or go to the sun and to read this. And as you read it, feel it and see it in your mind's eye as manifested. You could say it to outer planet. You could say it to your higher self. You could say it to everybody. And then you can burn it after. You can bury it. You could do it. You could flush it down the toilet. You could do whatever you want to kind of just affirm that this is done. Shout out to Ronnie, whose soulmate just texted you, right? This I told y'all, don't sleep on that 12th house of Venus. This is also going to align you with relevant soul connections, but just don't expect that person to be who you thought they were, even if it's like the same person. Okay. So keep that in mind. Um, and yeah. So what I'm going to do now is draw the cards. Once again, I am extending forth this Taurus season sale for the rest of Mercury and Taurus. So if you use the code word genius for the consultations from now until the 20th, I have discounted my 30-minute and hour-long consultations. If you use the code word genius in the notes during the consultation, I will specifically talk about Mercury and Taurus and how you are going to be manifesting your supernatural abilities and powers. Can you envision both sun and moon? Yes. So for those of you who really want a reading focused around your superpowers, some of us here are Elohim, that's fact, or you channel this. For those of you who want to know how to harness your superpowers, like if you have moon on an outer planet or sun on an outer planet, I will tell you how you open your vessel for this energy, how this will evolve from now until the 20th. Use the code word genius and I will specify that reading around that. Okay. And really just talk about, what superpowers you have and where you're going with this awareness. I've taken my reports and I've discounted them as well. My reports are $40 now, $80 and $150, okay, for the more expensive ones. And the hour-long consultation is now $150. So this is the last time it will ever be this low. Once it's Gemini season, I'm bringing it back up for good. And seats do fill fast. So I have time open, but definitely want to keep that in mind. Other than that, I'm going to pull cards for the Zodiac signs, and then we're going to go into Super Chat. Stay tuned for after the 12 signs because I'll pull one card as a result for this ritual, okay? Steve Libby, you better raise your prices. You better not be charging too low for that angelic quality you provide. All right. Aries, by the way, can I change my report for a consultation? Sandy Lancaster, shoot me an email. If you'd like to convert it, let me know, and I could just have you pay the difference through PayPal. Okay. So this card that I pull is simultaneously for Mercury and Taurus, and also, make sure y'all hit up Steve. B girl, PayPal. I don't do super chat anymore, so you're gonna have to go through the PayPal link. I'm gonna do that after super chat priority. Okay. This card I pulled per your sign is how this Taurus transit and also this ritual we did will manifest. Aries, Aries moon, Aries rising. We have the Six of Swords. Just do that. I pulled the World card earlier. And the Sun. The Sun is talking about you're sailing towards happiness. There's brighter light. You're going to be catching a lot more W's. And this is going to allow you, quite accordingly, to gain such greater and higher perspective over previous events. So if you found that you've gone through a rocky period, it's going to get even more positive. Okay. Taurus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. So this is talking about, especially with the Temperance card, you are going through serendipitous change. Your life is changing. The Wheel of Fortune is like winning the lottery, and the Ace of Swords is such great victory that will add balance. All right, especially when it comes to teleportation and moving energy from different realms. An important conversation through the speaking of truth will change your situation. And I mean like unexpected, positive, serendipitous change that evolves your current position. Gemini, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. We have the Strength card, and the High Priestess wanted to come out. Very powerful divine feminine energy. And the Queen of Pentacles. So whether you're a man or a woman, this applies to a very powerful woman who will definitely be revealing herself. The High Priestess denotes that she was hidden, but the Strength means she's going to come out. Now, whether you're a man or a woman, this also talks about no, I'm not familiar with that gesture. Actually, I don't remember. This is also talking about your psychic ability coming into full mastery, right? Your passions and your psychic ability are going to allow you. What did I pull with that other card? Oh, well. Oh, the Queen of Pentacles. They're going to allow you to ground physically, which is why this Queen of Pentacles is going to help you as a context to know how to hold in space and stasis, especially you Gemini woman. The Strength and the High Priestess is going to bring your psychic ability and intuition to a peak. So this is simultaneously a very important soulmate you're going to be dealing with, who is also supernatural, so that they can teach you how to use your power. And also you kind of coming through to step into your power. Okay. Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. We have the Star card, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So this is talking about Cancer. You're going to be developing serendipitous situations that restore your faith. I literally see some of you connecting with super wealthy individuals, probably super famous as well. The only thing here is the Two of Swords is urging you keep it to yourself, which you're you, Cancer. You are going to keep it to yourself anyway. It's just saying don't let someone use their influence to persuade you of something you're not ready for. But the Star card is talking about miracles. Okay, you're going to make your dreams come true this week and next week. Okay. Leo moon, Leo rising. We have the Page of Cups. Shout out to Lisa and April. I got you. After Super Chat Priority, totally going to do this. Leo moon, Leo rising. We have the Page of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the King of Cups. Someone called me out on not washing my hands earlier. I'm a man. We don't have to do that. I'm totally just joking. Okay, so I have the Page of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Leo, which is talking about like blissful love and romance, is talking about new romantic encounters. Thank you, Emily. And it's also talking about you being put in a position to manifest a much deeper love for what you do. Like that 10 of Cups has everything to do with loving what you do and being in a dream job, but also you being put in a position to like open your heart up for a new romantic connection. Okay. Y'all need to look up Andrew Schultz and talk and his segment about men not washing hands. Okay. Men only wash their hands if there's another man in the bathroom. Like this is just man code. And then we have to, just so we don't look nasty. I'm totally just oh God. I'm gonna send you the link. That was hilarious. All right. Virgo moon. Nice, I'm possible. That's what's up. Virgo moon, Virgo rising. As long as, first of all, we think our private parts are clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I touch my my pee. It's clean anyway. TMI, Mike. I feel you. Like, I don't need to wash it. It's already clean. I promise you, this is bad logic. This is bad logic. Unless, you know what I'm saying? Yes, don't wash. Forget all the bacteria that is subatomic and that you don't see. We don't care about that. Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Ooh, we have the Chariot. This is not the first card. This is the first card, but I ended up getting the Two of Cups instead of the Nine of Wands and the Page of Cups. So Virgo, you're moving forward in victory with a relevant relationship, especially if you just started a relationship. Right before Virgo, I'm talking about not washing hands. Oh my gosh, that's so true. Virgo, you're really going to develop. It's for those of you who need to shoot your shot. Totally do that, because if you want to start a new relationship, you need to open up with your feelings with someone who you know the feeling is mutual. Because it's gonna be met well. They probably are afraid to approach you because they don't know if you're gonna think it's weird when you like them too. They're probably gonna open up to you, so it's not just one-sided. This is definitely talking about, you know, a beautiful relationship, a new relationship, one that's recently started or will start and is gonna move forward very well. Libra moon, Libra rising. We got the Nine of Pentacles, money. Okay, we got the Knight of Wands, sex, and we have the Death card, even deeper sex. No, I'm just joking. Some of you might be moving. The Knight of Wands has a lot to do with changing residence or dealing with a thirsty ass Sag. I mean, a thirsty ass Sag male who's gonna take no. Not going to take no for an answer. I'm just joking. They have to be thirsty. They usually are. But it's definitely just going to talk about passion. See, I'm saying they're thirsty, but they're also probably hot, and y'all are going to want some of that too. So keep that in mind. Other than that, you really want to be put in a position to definitely, you know, step more into your sense of independent income, which is going to be very awesome. I mean, that Death and Knight of Wands is definitely talking about, and I really think you might be moving. Like, the Death seems like a definite end that's prompting a change, a scenery, but it's also marking your entrance into greater luxury. So forget the other two cards. Nine of Pentacles means you're going to be making even more money than you are now, that you've worked really hard for. Taurus season in your 8th house is all about self-employed income. So yeah. Please don't be offended. For those of you who may send less than $5, this is not really a super chat platform. So if you send anything less than $5, I'm probably not going to read it. Keep that in mind. I'm sticking strictly to the payments. I saw I saw one of you did that right now, so I'll excuse it for this time. But in future, please give me that exact amount. Unless you want to put more, you can do that too. But yeah, anything less than $5, not going to be reading. I'm doing it like this so that I'm not here for longer than I have to be, because I started to be staying on. It started to take an hour to do these. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. We have the Hermit card, okay? The Justice card, and the Nine of Pentacles. So, Scorpio, you're really being called to have an audit. Thank you, Jupiter Star. Have an important audit. You know what I'm saying? Hermit and Justice is saying you have to make sure people are being accountable to you. Is everyone in your life fair? And if they're not, either confront them or cut them off. Scorpio, we know you're just going to cut them off. Wise. This is important because the Hermit card is going to have you come into personal divine wisdom. When I say personal divine wisdom, thank you. Less than $5 is silly. You're not a psychic phone hotline. I appreciate you, Nikki. I didn't want to sound too much of a stickler, but please respect the guidelines. Like if you see the prices, please abide by it, and don't feel like you can kind of like you get away with this. It's a little disrespectful. But Scorpio, you're gonna come into a very internal awareness. Like the Hermit card is coming into a realization, and then Justice is making sure everyone abides by that. And it's important because with the Nine of Pentacles, some of you might ink a deal privately. And it's almost saying that you might be pretty secretive about this Nine of Pentacles, whereas Libra is going to be pretty open with it, as they should. It's almost as if, Scorpio, you kind of want to make sure certain people are respecting you before you let them know you got it like that. So you're definitely going to make a lot more money too. It's just you have to really go within and make sure you're on the same page with everybody. Okay. Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Emperor card. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Come and get this bag. Come and get this bag. You're going to be receiving very exciting news. The Emperor and the Four of Pentacles is upgrading your current financial level to where you're gaining more recognition and authority. You have built your platform to a place where you have greater stability. And the Page of Wands is just going to be excitement to explore a new sense of your power, kind of like getting a new car. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much I can do with this. So stay excited because some of you have been sensing this before it's happened. All right. Sagittariuses, Geminis, Virgos, Pisces, comment a fire sign emoji, even if you don't have those signs. How many of you have been sensing that your whole life is about to change? You sense it not on the horizon, like you sense that any moment now, your life is going to change and like everything is going to be different and everything you need for this is within you. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm about to really get everything that I've been wanting. Like I sense it. That's because it's true. Like you're picking up on this now. And this is not really hard to expect. This is literally what I'm talking about. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So Jupiter is blessing all the mutable signs. Jupiter is taking Pisces risings and Pisces, catapulting them to higher social standing. It's evolving Sagittarius. It's literally expressing the full power of Gemini, and it's providing Virgo a comfortable foundation outside their comfort zone, which is impossible. But Jupiter's making it possible. Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon. We have the Temperance card, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. Ding, 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 triple major. Your life is changing forever. So Temperance is talking about greater management occurring in your life because you're going to be implementing outside influence and differences in your lifestyle to balance with your current lifestyle. In fact, with the Hierophant, you're going to be balancing in a systematic understanding of your power and structured spiritual advice that's going to add greater balance in your life. And with the Wheel of Fortune, evolve the level of your life to a higher level. And not just evolve the level of your life, but literally enhance your current existence. The Temperance and the Hierophant is very important because you're literally integrating higher knowledge into your life in order to manage your life better. It's like coming into a new online course that changes your life. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. That Wheel of Fortune is nice too. We got the Two of Cups. We got the King of Cups. And we got the Sun. So the King of Cups could be a Scorpio man, but the Two of Cups, King of Cups is Aquarius. You're, oh my gosh, is Sharon Andrea watching this? Why do I always pull the card for her Divine Masculine? This is ridiculous. But anyway, you are fully coming into an authentic sense of receptive mutual love. And the King of Cups is talking about the quality of this mutual love being deep. You're sharing a deep soul connection with someone, whether new or existing, that's going to lead into great happiness. Don Marie, as soon as I was going to say sun, you commented. So that's the confirmation. The Supreme Being. For those of you, I'm not doing the super chat. If you want a super chat, hit the PayPal link in the description box below, and you'll be able to see my live reading prices. Okay. So Aquarius, congratulations. Thank you. Gunj. All right, awesome. Thank you. Totally got you. And Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Everyone got good cards. Everyone got good cards. I didn't want to jinx it, but everyone got good cards. That means our ritual was a success. So we have the three of wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Strength card. Pisces, you must be ready to risk it all for your passions. The Wheel of Fortune wants you to make a living doing what you love. So the Three of Wands is saying, really look at your future and invest on what you are passionate about doing, because the Wheel of Fortune will catapult you there. Jupiter in your 10th house. You could literally quit a job, risk it all to make a living, do what you love, and fully cash out and change your life overnight. Now, it probably might take a couple months, but you know. So I just got the Ace of Cups. I split the deck and got this. So there's a new emotional experience. It could be a new love, a new experience that is manifesting with this ritual we've done. Okay. What's up, Savetta? Thank you. So the card for everyone is the Ace of Cups. Y'all literally saw me shuffle the deck, y'all. Y'all literally saw me shuffle the deck. I got it again. The Ace of Cups, the Death card, and the Sun. So following this broadcast, there's something new coming out of thin air that is going to transform your entire life and step you into total success and happiness. Okay. This could be a new love. This could be a new relationship. This could be new psychic abilities. Your heart chakra is going to open up. And I'm so amazed. This Ace of Cups is a huge deal, and it's going to come out of thin air. Okay. So it is well-deserved. Congratulations. And now I'm going to start the Patreon super chat priority readings. After that, I'm going to start with Andrea and Sherby as we get into the live readings. Gunjan, thank you so much for the added tip. I'm going to treat it like you sent me 15 instead of 13. Okay, so I'm going to do the $5. I'm going to give you an extra card. Just remember, just keep that in mind for next time. All right. And yeah, for those of you who are wondering where the super chat is, I no longer do super chat, but if you would like a live reading, I have cards, I have oracle cards, I have romance oracle card, and then I can also let you know what this transit is going to be based on your chart. So I'm opening the floor for that. I take PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Let's get this show on the route, okay? But for those of you who are going to end here, thank you for staying tuned. The Ace of Cups, study the Ace of Cups. This is going to manifest due to this ritual. And I thank all of you. This is only possible because we took part of this. Okay, so congratulations. This is going to be lit. For many of you, this is the Ace of Cups is a card of supernatural powers and connecting more with spirit. Okay. Thank you, Eldo. $1 billion vibe tribe. So let's go with the Patreon. And this Mercury and Taurus transit for you, we have the Knight of Swords. You're going to come into relevant messages that really alert you to the truth of a situation. An encounter with a Gemini, maybe myself as well, is going to really help guide your perception. Especially with the Page of Cups, this could be a new romantic interest from probably a younger individual or someone who's just more intellectually focused. So have fun with that. Asia, we have the Hermit card and the Tower card, which is talking about you being put in a position to cope. Thank you, Alex Fredrickson, to really cope more so or less with a destruction of old internal impulses that will actually have you re-question the guidance you've been keeping within. So no matter what breaks apart around you, you have the wisdom needed to get through it. Davida, we have the Moon card and the Two of Pentacles. You're going to find a way to practically incorporate your psychic ability and make more money with them, whether that's reading cards or whether you're applying your intuition to a current job. This is going to really help you understand what's going on behind the scenes with productive work being done. Evelyn, we have the Page of Wands and the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is the Moon in Cancer, which is there right now. Thank you, Donathy. And this is really more so or less speaking of you being put in a position to kind of contemplate your emotions and receive exciting news. So you're going to receive exciting news that also has you kind of sit and contemplate because it's going to change how you feel. Jen Pamela, we have the King of Pentacles in the World. You're going to be making powerful financial investments as you connect with a highly wealthy individual and or also get yourself into a high level of wealth, operating with great success. So congrats to any investments you'll be making. Karen Falon, we have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. An initial investment will allow you to invest even greater coming soon, okay? So don't shy off an investment or an income stream because it's operating at a small level. You're going to be able to attract the interest of people who are high rollers based on whatever you started off that might be small. So stay consistent. Kiha Hayes Mason, we have the King of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So you're going to be working with a high financial investor who's willing to kind of invest in whatever projects you have going on, okay, which is highly important. This is someone who's a bit stubborn, but definitely has the resources to help bring your vision to reality. Monica K. Harden, we have the Three of Swords, and we also have the Nine of Swords. So you're processing disappointment and heartbreak. Intuitively, I actually got that you're so psychic that you're going to relate to experiences of how you've been disappointed, but this is actually you just processing the negative energy around you. And by you processing it, it's clearing it for everyone else. But there's a definite separation and ending that you're going to kind of really work through. And I get the sense that this could be an effect that someone who betrayed you will be feeling, where they get their just due. P did 427. We have the Fool card and we have the Death, but under the Death is the Ace of Cups. So there's a new adventure that's going to transform your current world and put you in a position to very greatly benefit off of everything that you've put in motion, really, to definitely enjoy. Okay, and congratulations. Thank you, Wang Yi. Um, Rebecca Resser. We have the Three of Cups. And the Strength card, you're going to be combining passions with people. You're going to be connecting with people who are passionate about what you do. I just see a very festive party environment, and it's just going to be super amazing. Oh my goodness. You're even going to be celebrating success that you have quite shortly based off of you following your passions. So congrats. That's super badass. Swirly 777. Monica Hardin. Yes, I think that's it 100%. And I think that Nine of Cups is the mind control on your twin. Yvonne G. Sure. Okay. Did I do the card for Swirly 777? I don't think so. Swirly 777. We have the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So there's an impending adventure for you. Even though the Eight of Cups seems like a sad card, it seems to me like traveling. You're gonna receive an exciting opportunity to travel, and this journey is going to push you to very powerfully seek deeper meaning within yourself. So this could be an opportunity to travel out of state, out of the country, and you want to stay very excited for it because it's going to really help you like learn so much about yourself and literally manifest what you want. Because after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups. Lowest dollar, go to the description box below and you can pay for a single oracle card. You can pay for a single tarot card and just write love oracle. Like for those of you who want a love reading, but you don't want like for those of you who want me to pull a romance oracle card instead of a tarot card, you can do that. Just write romance oracle or oracle. Otherwise, you could just get like the full like the. But that's going to be the PayPal link. UG1616. We have the Sun card and the Chariot. The Sun and the Chariot is dope because this talks about a pronounced victory. It's the difference between being successful versus being successful and actually having it broadcasted on television. Lowest dollar, go to my website, thepeacedealer@gmail.com. If you'd like a live consultation, you can order one from my consultations tab. They are currently on sale. Okay. So you can totally check my website out. Congratulations, UG1616. You're stepping into a huge W. Okay. A minute. That's weird. Damn. Bonnie LeBaron. Bonnie LeBaron. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is talking about higher financial management, and it's going to, let me see. Yeah, higher financial management that's going to increase the efficiency of how you manage your finances and it's going to allow you to, you're going to notice increased efficiency in your financial management, which is going to allow you to really make more money and see more of it. And get the sense this could be an actual woman, but I sense that this woman is you. Okay. Carmen Cruz. We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is speaking of you planning out your future, you really taking stock of what you desire as you're manifesting great luxury for yourself. But the Two of Wands is, what are you going to do with all of it? So this is really encouraging you to really just see what your vision is and what is it you want to manifest in this world. Okay. Dai-chan, your super chat priority. It's interesting that you're using this. How do I pay for it using Cash App? Lowest dollar, go to my website, and then if you look at the description box below, I have my Cash App ID. So if you pay me that amount through Cash App, and then you email me what you ordered, I can schedule you in manually. And then we can work out what time. Let me know from the scheduler what time and date you wanted to choose to, and then just email me, okay? David Rosher, or did I do Dai-chan? No, I didn't do Dai-chan. Dai-chan. Yeah, your super chat priority. I don't know why. I guess you want an extra card. But we have the Four of Wands, Dai-chan. There's a party and a celebration in store. You might even be moving in with a new friend, or you're definitely going to have an opportunity to step into greater festiveness and happiness and stronger control. Lots of serendipities happening this week for you. So congratulations. David Rosher. This card wanted to come out. We have the Seven of Wands, but this card, the Ace of Wands, which is talking about passionate new beginnings that will spark in tandem with your willingness to move forward with everything that you've been working towards. The Ace of Wands is like overnight success that people don't know you've worked years for. So congratulations. Take the first opportunity that passionately excites you. Dianza, we got, Dai-chan, this was for super chat priority. This was not for the PayPal. So I'm going to get to your PayPal after super chat priority. We're still on Patreon. Dianza, we have the Knight of Swords, which is talking about utilizing a quick mind, multitasking. You're going to find that you have to not only think quick on your feet, but be put in a position with the Ten of Cups, probably to deal with somebody who is quite inquisitive as well. The Knight of Swords for you might actually also be a whippersnapper who thinks and talks a lot. That will be relevantly letting you know the truth. Just Jade. We have the Ace of Swords. An epiphany is going to flow out that allows you primarily to not only speak your truth, but to gain victory from being 100% honest. Okay? Congratulations. Carrie Richard. We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is speaking primarily of you being put in a position to keep consistent with the work you're doing, especially if you've been wanting employment. You're not only going to get it, but it's talking about making a lot of money by just staying consistent with the work you're doing so that you can define that legacy with quality. Congrats. I love the Eight of Pentacles. It's such a straightforward card. Kelly White, we have the Hermit. The Sun and the Eight of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo. The Hermit is Virgo. So you want to rely on your divine wisdom and guidance. Listen to your inner heart, because you're going to be giving yourself the answers that you need moving forward, okay? Despite what other people advise, especially unsolicitedly. Larry Jacko, we have the Knight of Swords for you too. This is a prompt for you to rush to the right conclusions. Before you have the details to a situation, you must think quickly And you may be on the receiving end of a message from a Gemini or air sign about the truth to your situation. And now, okay, Layla Al Khalaf, we have the Hermit card for you as well, which is urging for you to trust your inner guidance. You have the answers you need within. So really allow yourself to teach you the next place to go. Melissa Smith, the card that I have for you is the Three of Cups. No wonder I was smiling. You definitely are going to be celebrating and more in a festive mood than ever as you're put in a position to really capitalize on your passions and to connect with like-minded people who you can genuinely call friends. So take advantage of the next opportunity to go out. Nancy Solorio, we have the soulmate card, the Six of Cups. You're going to be connecting from someone you either knew from a past life, from your past as early childhood, or recently. It's definitely talking about a deeper sense of comfort and connecting with someone you have a pure connection with, okay? That's authentic. Nika! Thank you, Leah. Nika, the card that we have for you is the Chariot. The Chariot is talking about victory and gaining momentum accordingly. This momentum that you're going to gain will allow you to move forward, and not just move forward, but also be in a position to own up to the victory you've made and to allow you the ability to build on that momentum, provided you do not get distracted by immediate gratification. Rhythm and density. Yeah. Wait a minute. No, Nika got the Chariot. PJ. PJ, we have the Knight of Pentacles for you. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about grounding your efficiency and also gaining assistance from a reliable friend who you can rely on due to their consistent nature. You are bringing your financial status and stabilizing it through this period. Rhythm and density, we have the Page of Cups. This is encouraging you to express your feelings towards someone you may like. You may be on the receiving end of romantic literature, as this speaks of new feelings between another, and or in your case, new intuitive gifts that are manifesting. Sandy, hey, we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is urging you to stay patient and be in a position to very productively, allow what you have built to grow in on itself. Thank you, Stefan. As this is going to not only allow you the ability to grow your investments, but to make lucrative investments as well. And finally, to close the Patreon, we have Sylvia Spellman. Sylvia, we have the Page of Cups for you too. I immediately sensed artistry. So for those of you who are stepping into greater art, are being put in a position to very amazingly, manifest a really good amount of your talents, this is going to allow you new emotional feelings that promote this. Okay. On top of this, there may be a new romantic development for you that arises quite accordingly, which will be nothing but very positive. Okay. Oh, wow. My apologies. We're going to get to the PayPal now. Thank you for your patience. Steven. All right. Appreciate you. Uh-huh. Cool. All right. So we're going to start with Andrea Lentz. Andrea Lentz. You know, I don't have a favorite movie right now. That's a really good question. Andrea Lentz, thank you so much for your patience. The card that we have for you. What's up, Emmanuel Mayweathers? Andrea Lentz. We have the Six of Pentacles urging financial flow. Okay. The financial flow that you want to establish requires that you give away money that you don't need towards you don't have to give it to the homeless, but you want to give it to a source that is at least promoting, you know, something positive. It's your money, but financial flow will allow more to come in. So if you're like donating a tenth of your income, this will open up space for you to gain more money. If you need financial assistance, you are more than welcome to take it out, okay, and to ask for it as well. Very, very important. Um, Other than that, you really want to be put in a position. Aw, thank you so much, Brooklyn Culture. You want to be put in a position that financial flow is going, you want to know financial flow is going to be into your life. You're going to be getting more money than usual. When this extra money comes in, though, you want to find a way you can give back, whether it's to support people who are individual business owners or to donate to a charity, okay? Just to keep this flow significant. Thank you, Jessica. So, Shelby Diaz. Sherby, my bad. Sherby Diaz. Okay, gotcha, Chloe. Awesome. Sherby Diaz. We have the Seven of Pentacles. It comes after six. Sherby, Spirit wants you to look at your current situation with patience. Okay. You want to really just kind of look at it as a farm and get rid of what you don't need and to water and nurture what you do need. So it's definitely talking about applying patience to your situation, making long-term investments if you can. It's not saying to just wait and be patient though. It's saying to be patient like someone who is growing plants is patient, and to nurture what you're building because it's going to grow slow. And this is what's going to allow it to last. Okay. Bide abode home care. Thank you so much. Miss Alchemy, Alexandria Adams, thank you. I got you. Let's do this. So I always love giving readings to Geminis. Y'all are so amazing. Every Gemini consultation I have is like always awesome. I've never had a whack Gemini consultation. The time flies. The same with air signs and fire signs, but I'm gonna just be biased towards my Gemini clan. Like, we rock. Okay. So we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is talking about trusting in your own inner wisdom and guidance, which is definitely going to inspire you like never before to take a more realistic look at your own talents. The Hermit card is going to manifest a lot of your latent abilities. And the thing that I'm picking up strong for you, Alexandria, is only you know how to do what you have to do. So trust your wisdom. This is important here. We also have yoga with Babaji. Any type of yoga that you can do, even if for a minimal amount of time, you want to allow to start to stretch the meridians in your body and flow greater energy. And the romance card we have for you is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay, congratulations. Christian Garcia, I got you. How can I best capitalize during this transit? Great question. So as a Libra rising, Christian, Mercury and Taurus is in your 8th house, 8th, 9th house, depending on how far the Libra rising is. This is going to transform your level of intimacy based on the values you subscribe to. So the best way to utilize this transit as a Libra rising is to really ask yourself how you feel around others. What is your body's physiological response in the level of trust you have? Mentally, you'll think something, but physically, you will feel the lack of trust or distrust. And then as a Leo sun, this is going to allow you to take any relevant transformations and apply it accordingly to your career life. So what this is doing is it's transforming your career. It's transforming as well the avenues of self-employment that you can make based on how willing you are to deal with others in a more hands-on approach. Okay. The tarot card that I have for you is the Strength card. We got some nice cards. The Strength card is saying, it's the Leo, right? The Strength card is saying to focus on your passions. Leo sun. What up, Empress? Focus on your passions. Really do whatever you can to bring out more of your strength. You're way stronger than you realize. Bonus card is the Lovers. Thanks for holding it down, by the way. You've been consistent with this. I really appreciate you. So the Strength card is not only saying to be persistent, it's not only saying to rely on your talents, but we also have persistence with Lou. Keep on being persistent with what it is you have going on, especially I would say as a Cancer moon. The sextile that Mercury and Taurus will be making to your Cancer moon will psychically have you pick up, based on your body language and the body language of others, what the right decision to make is. But stay persistent with what you're doing concerning the transformations occurring in your career. And with new love, right? A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, possibly what we got with the Lovers card. And as a Libra rising, Venus is in your 7th. So this is where this new love comes in from. So congratulations. Okay. April, thank you, Monica, by the way. April, what outcome will my court case have on May 14th? Cancer rising, Libra sun, Scorpio moon. All right. So first of all, as a Mercury, with Mercury and Taurus, as a Cancer rising, this is going to align you to where you feel you belong. And it's a really great opportunity to transform the dynamic you have with your friends. Because as a Libra sun, this is 8th house transit. But as a Cancer rising, it's in your 11th house. So there's a lot of boundary reformation that has to be put in place when it comes to who you allow in your sacred space and whether you feel you're getting respect from people you call friends. You're also going to be finding yourself transforming the places you go and subscribe to. As far as your court case, okay, we do have the 8 of Cups. So this doesn't necessarily promise a positive outcome, but it doesn't promise anything negative too. The 8 of Cups either has anything from it being postponed to you having to move based off the outcome. It doesn't necessarily tell me that you're going to lose the case, however. All I'm getting with the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Swords is that it may not be as favorable. So I want you to email me on the 14th. When you get the outcome, please let me know what that was. And if you need more insight on that as you get the verdict, please let me know. And I can pull more cards for you, free of charge. So the Oracle card is energy healing. Merlin, you can circumvent this by applying energy healing to your situation right now. When it comes to your court case, really feel healing energy that you can harness from the universe and within and put it on any situations you're worried about. In fact, I split the deck about what would happen if you applied it to this, and we went from the 8 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. So this can bring great victory if you apply healing energy to that court case and heal the judge and heal everyone involved and put your intent, okay? And the Romance Oracle card that we have is True Love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Remember, as a Libra sun, Venus is opposite you. So it's promoting greater love. And soon Venus will be in your 11th. So congratulations, April. Really hope for the best. And good luck on your court case. Lisa Zaccario. Love and light, Lisa. Any messages on my sacred partner? I got you. So if you don't mind, Lisa, instead of pulling from the Oracle card, I'll pull from the Romance Oracle, if you don't mind, okay? Love and light, Lisa. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, no way, April. That's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. I love confirmation like that. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is more talking about being focused on your work. The 8 of Pentacles can mean that you find love through your career. But what I'm getting is you just want to keep working on yourself. You want to keep working on your career. What's going to lead you to this true love is the focus on the work you're doing. That's going to attract this energy. As far as the Romance Oracle card, oh my God. Oh my God. I literally pulled the 8 of Pentacles and it came with finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I don't pick up financial issues for you, but the fact that we got both of them the same is really just urging you to focus on your career. Because the way for you to get to your true love is to focus on your career, okay? I really don't get that you have financial issues, but it's like you working your karma is going to redirect and draw this person, and you're going to find this person. So it's either like you meet them at your job, or you need to work your financial situation, which lets me know it's only a matter of time, because finances are pretty quick to deal with, and you're not going to have to be waiting that long, okay? Emily Kruger, what's up, B girl? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Leo, Rising. I got you. Mercury, Venus, and Aries. Congratulations. for your Venus return and recent Mercury return. I need to make a major change in my life, but not sure where. Job, moving, family. How can I manifest 3D connections for clarity on my next step? Well, as a Leo rising, right, this solar return that you're going through is influencing your 10th house. And this is all about your career. You are setting the landscape to be and have this reputation that is unconventional. And so you really want to put yourself in the public light right now. As far as what direction to go, the reason why you feel the need to make this major change is especially this new moon cycle that we've just started, which is inevitably going to shift your family home life. And David Hudson is right. And also, you know, how you see your career. So don't feel like you need to change anything now. Spend some time really examining, is your career where you want it to be? And if not, write down a list of 5 action steps you can take right now to change that. And you'll find that you are heavily supported. The shift has already happened. This new moon in your 10th is going to give you great career success over the next 6 months. So what you really want to do is just kind of examine where you're at right now. So the card that we have for you, B-Girl, is the 6 of Swords. You mentioned moving, so this might actually facilitate a move out the country. You're definitely going to be in a position, B-Girl, where you're distancing yourself from old psychological patterns. Emmanuel Mayweather's My Astro Report is an MP4 recording where I interpret natal chart configurations. I have discounted it $10 off. From $50, it is $40 now until the end of Taurus season. I highly recommend you get it. It's one of my favorite reports to do, and I'm undefeated. Like, I've never given an astro report that someone has not liked, and I've literally done like over 1,000, which is a lot if you think about it, or at least a few hundred. No, over 1,000. That's wild. Anyway, the oracle card that I have for you is Yoga with Baba G. Okay, you definitely want to facilitate this with yogic energy. Keep in mind with Venus transiting your 9th, ooh, true love, it's going to be changing your perception on how you bring your authentic approach in relationships to people to bring out more of yourself, okay? And we have give your relationship a chance. If you're single, then I'm going to trust my intuition, and the true love card was for you. If you're not single and you're working on something with someone, give that relationship a chance, even if you're not too gung-ho on it, okay? I hope that was accurate for you, Emily. Next is Gunjan. And totally fine. Totally fine. So I really do appreciate the apology. Like I said, I'm gonna give you an extra card. It's totally fine. So you got the card and the oracle card, but I'm going to add an extra romance oracle card for you, okay? So Gunjan, we have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is talking about to really slow down the approach because you have already manifested your field of potential. And now you just want to work with what you have and just water and nourish it with your attention. It is eventually over the next 6 months going to grow into the fullness of harvest by, let's say, Virgo season. But you really just want to allow yourself to be patient through this process and to just really examine what changes here and there, okay? We also have drink more water with Oshun, especially investing in like one of those Kangen filters or drinking real water, like the brand Real Water, which is like my favorite water. The more water you drink, the better. And the bonus oracle card I have for you is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay. I think this is very relevant. And also I've given your relationship a chance. Okay, so keep that in mind. Thank you. Next we have Alex Fredrickson. And after that, Donathy. Awesome. Appreciate you, Alex. And appreciate you, Monica. I got you. You going ham on the reports. I got you. Alex, let's do this. Thank you so much for your patience. Alex, we have the Six of Pentacles. If you need financial assistance, it's there for you. I'm going to pull a bonus card for you too. Wait a minute. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm going to pull a bonus card for you too, which is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a very positive new development that's going to transform the landscape of how you even really deal with money in your life. I think you might set up a platform to where you're able to give as well as receive. But Alex, if you want more money, but see, I'm not picking up that this is like a need for more money either. I think you're financially well off. You just want to find a way you can give to those who need, and this will open up flow. I'm specifically picking up you want to start some type of nonprofit or Patreon or some type of fundraising event because you can be trusted with people's resources. So this is going to open up great financial flow for you to be able to assist others who may need extra money while you also gain money yourself. B-Girl, yes, I have done yours already. B-Girl, I did yours. No, Love and Light Lisa. Were you Emily? Yes, B-Girl, I did yours right before Gunjan. Okay, I just did yours. And let's see. The Oracle card we have for you, Alex, is Persistence with Lou. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Lou is bringing this success through you. Okay. And I also have Work Your Magic. Okay. So be persistent in how you're working your magic. Clear your energy. It's a good day. I agree, Delilah. And you know, oh, I'm sorry, Delilah. And yeah, really, really stay persistent, Alex. You're already at the finish line. This is just for people watching you who need inspiration. Okay. Donathy! What's up, Deasia? What's up, Deasia? Deasia Chan? Deasia Sama. Deasia Sama. Okay. Yes, B girl, don't look too back. I just did yours like 3 ago. Okay. Deasia Chan, I love this too because everyone hit up my sister, Empress Daisy. We gonna have a peace talk soon. She has just started her channel as Daisy Divinity. NYC Sync. If you go to my YouTube channel and you type in 33-day ritual Q&A, you'll see the whole video. But we got the 9 of Pentacles, girl. So looks like you're going to be making yourself a nice income. Keep hustling. Keep on doing the quality work. This is talking about you stepping into independent financial income. All right. Doing what you're passionate about. You joined in the big boys and girls table now. What's up? You gonna eat with us? We're just talking about great passion. Okay. And A lot of luxury. Congratulations. And the oracle card that I have is find the blessing in your current situation. I've never pulled this Krishna card before. So no matter what might be trying to weigh you down, you're a fire tiger, you're a fire lion. They can't stop you. Find the blessing in it, which is you. You're the blessing. So congratulations. Okay. Jill Murat. Thank you very much. By the way, I deeply thank each and every single one of you who invest in these live readings. They mean a lot, and I'm really glad that they help as well. I really didn't mind doing super chat, but I find this to be so much more efficient, and I'm glad it's working out really well. So I thank you guys so much. This really does mean a lot. The success of this means I'm just going to keep this up. Okay, Jill Murat. Thank you, D Style. Thank you, Empress. I'm glad you find that so too. It's a lot more straightforward. Jill, we have the Page of Cups, new romantic emotions within you or with another. So you may be on the receiving end of a love letter. And I pulled this with the Magician. So it could be your most compatible soulmate. This is also talking about new intuitive abilities and skills that you will integrate to your current ability makeup or your skill set. Sorry. And this is talking about new emotions you'll be able to channel. It's like new intuitive abilities or a new fresh wave of emotions you'll catch with somebody. Okay. And the oracle card I have is listen. So you see how this cup is, this person is so in their imagination, they're talking to a fish. I've never pulled this card either. Manjushri, shout out to Jennifer, Life Misspelled, who hooked me up with these cards. Listen to that energy, okay, that's flowing through. Listen very closely. It has a message for you. And as you listen, you'll gain so much. And your listening skills are already great. Wan Yi. One card live. I got you. Wan Yi. The question that I have for you, the card that I have for you is the Eight of Swords. I'm going to pull another card for you just to clarify. But yep, the Eight of Swords is talking about you feeling weighed down. It's talking about you feeling a certain level of inhibition, right? You might feel stuck. And these are just insecure thoughts that blind you to this true reality. You're a passionate being. Instead of anytime you ask yourself what could go wrong, instead of subscribing to that, thank you, B girl. Thank you so much. Please keep me posted because you're going through some powerful transits. And 10th house transits are no joke. So congratulations in advance. So you want to see yourself in a position of power. You don't need to feel stuck because you're actually stronger than you realize. So you can change your reality by changing your thoughts. Everything that you're about to think that's negative, change it to a positive thought. And know that if you're stuck feeling in a certain way, which is easier said than done, but you got this, you can be excited about things you're nervous about. Okay. And finally, oh no, not finally, Leah Harrell. Leah Harrell. We have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is talking about processing difficulty. Okay. I'm going to pull an extra card for you, and it's the Four of Swords. It's saying instead of spending time worrying about things you have anxiety over, you can put it to rest. The Four of Swords is promising you are going to have mental restoration. And no one stays up on purpose having anxiety. So I don't want to make it sound like just get over it. because you're also processing negativity for stuff around you. However, this is saying that the darkest comes before dawn and you are reaching a completion of this negativity, which is a lot more temporary than it seems. We also have yoga. Employing yogic practice will help you process this, especially if you're not doing any yoga now. This will help clear your mind and energy. And we also have nurture yourself with Mother Mary. So take time off, especially if you find yourself too stressed. You can give yourself a break. Steven Schatz. Wait a minute. I see 5, but I think you did 10 just now. Like that. No. Yeah, you did. And we got Jessica, and then we got Charlie. Love you, Monica. I got you. I'm going to do justice to those reports. You already know what it is. I don't play around. I got you. We do this. Shout out to those of you taking advantage of the sale. I got you. I put my heart into these reports. It's nothing. Okay. Okay, Steven. We have the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is talking accordingly and appropriately about financial flow. So make sure you're giving away like a tenth of your income to make room for extra money, especially if you need any financial assistance. It is coming to you. You are able to take out a successful loan. In fact, you might be called to if you have any business ideas, but this is also speaking of helping people out who might need it as well. Just to open that flow. We have nurture yourself with Mother Mary. Okay, I'm also going to pull crystals with Epona. You can nurture yourself through crystal healing as well, or collecting crystals. And we also have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So keep that in mind. Cool. Jessica. I have the message, especially concerning art, is the 3 of Swords. So Jessica, there's something that must be, Chloe, there's something that must be sacrificed here. You're having to end something in an effort for you to really open up more, especially for success. There's a habit that needs to end. There's something that needs to die that's blocking this. And we also have the 2 of Pentacles. I'm going to pull an extra card for you. 2 of Pentacles is saying you want to sacrifice something so that you can focus more concerted effort. The success you need is going to come from being hands-on and productive. Hustling. It's going to exponentially raise your income because you're just focusing on your art. But there's something you have to sacrifice, a connection to someone, a habit, a behavior that will make room for this. And once you sacrifice that, Bam, you smooth sailing. Charlie Zhang, I'm currently in the midst of a transitional stage of my schooling, ultimately leading to my future career. The next 6 months will determine where my next life journey will head. What advice does Spirit offer to aid me as I navigate this pivotal period? 12th house Scorpio Sun, Scorpio rising, 8th house Cancer moon. Well, I'm glad you brought up the next 6 months. If we take that from this Taurus cycle as a Scorpio sun and rising, this has everything to do with your relationships. And as a Cancer moon, how sincere you open yourself up when it comes to feeling the bullshit that people kind of, bring, or the sincerity that they bring. So this is important because over the next 6 months, you are going to be defining who you are based on the open space you hold with others for relationships, which will be unconventionally evolving. So you really want to ask yourself, what boundaries do you open up and allow others to respect or not? What relationships can you personally invest in, especially when it comes to putting yourself out there with the schooling you're taking a part of, which is very important. Okay. Um, Even though you might feel like you want to be more to yourself, you want to find ways to connect more with like-minded people, as the seventh house transit wants to bring you out of your Cancer moon shell and to share more of your gifts with others. Over the next 6 months, this will not only develop this, but by Scorpio season, you will become so much more talented in how you deal with others, evidenced expressly through Gemini season, which will start to give you a perception. Ironically, though, we have the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is saying, even though you should be dealing with other people, you don't want their advice or influence to shake your inner sense of guidance and wisdom. The Hermit card is saying that you know what you need to do during this period. Oh, wow, Charlie. And not only that, you want to trust your inner guidance and wisdom. I also got twin flame, which makes perfect sense because this new moon was in your seventh house of relationships with Uranus. So it's more your awareness of being a twin flame than worrying about who your twin flame is. But the fact that I pulled this card means that you really need to embrace this as a truth. You are a twin flame, and this seventh house transit is you holding space for this energy. And we do have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, you shining just like I'm shining. So let any negativity bounce off you, but release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. I don't get the sense that this is even tied to an ex, unless it is. But whatever that X may represent, just like stagnant leftover energy that you're not moving forward with. Okay. And finally, we have, this is a very successful transit talk. Valerie Ochenero, I got you. Valerie, thank you very much. The card that I have for you is the Ten of Swords, the end of a difficult situation. And it comes with the Six of Pentacles. So you might be suffering a defeat. There could be an old way. This is a horrible card, but it's not a bad message. There's a way that you've been doing something or some situation you've been dealing with for a few years now that's over. And even though you might find yourself at the lowest place in your life or feeling like it, there's support immediately to help you get back on your feet, especially if financially. Okay. So don't necessarily be put off by whatever challenges come your way and shrug them off like the boss you know you are. Okay. And really just allow this to really, 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 really inspire you moving forward, because you're going to turn from this to this person. All right. So there's someone who is able to help you. And this doesn't even have to apply to a negative situation as much as it is just speaking of the end of a difficult situation forever that is occurring. So congratulations. And yeah, y'all, thank you so much for staying tuned. Y'all stay blessed. Once again, after this broadcast is over, speak out into existence this thing you've written down and take action on it. And until next time.